An interesting topic when you're actually wrapping thread are trim bands. And trim bands are when you put 1, 2, 3 or half a dozen turns of a different colour thread onto a rod at your whipping point or wrapping point, just to make it a little more interesting. There are no hard and fast rules to how you want your rod to look. I will just show you a couple of the basics and why a wrapping machine makes this task a little easier. Basically becomes third hand. We're going to wrap in black A thread and use this fuchsia metallic as the contrast colour. So first of all, I'm going to do a 3 or 4 turn trim band at the end of a wrapping. Masking tape, hold that in place, one end in place. Masking tape to hold the other end in place. Tape our loop and immediately place it under the first turn. And note here that I'm not actually going to do anything with the power of this. I'm doing this by hand. I've been counting as I go and I'm up to about 10 turns. And the next shot my hand is going to get in way of the camera lens from time to time, but basically I now have the fuchsia in my hand and I'm rolling the black and the fuchsia together. 1 turn, 2, 3, 4. My thumb has come in to hold the fuchsia under tension, put the end of the fuchsia through the loop, unravel the other end of the loop and pull. Now there's the advantage. Everything is under tension without me having to hold the blank or the thread. The tension spring here is maintaining the tension. I can actually walk away and leave this overnight knowing the tension will not alter. One of the biggest advantages of working with a rod lathe. So as before, we just trim and pull through. Take a rather long tag end off of that. We have a 4 turn bring the thumbnails in to do the packing. We have a 4 turn end trim band. If you want to make it 1, 2 turns, a dozen turns, it is personally your choice. Now let's look at putting a fuchsia trim band into the whipping. Again, note the advantage, I've just stopped. I've got 2 hands to sort out everything I want to do. Here, my piece of fuchsia is just tucked in. 1 turn holds this end. The other end is down the rod and just held in place. If you don't do that, it just turns round and round and gets into a knot, and then you can't use it and it's untidy. About 10 turns up. Take the masking tape off to lift my fuchsia thread. Holding it parallel to where the thread is hitting the blank. Just make certain the black goes on the outside of the fuchsia. Okay, I want to put another trim band in, but this time I'm going to use 2 turns. So again, making certain the black is on the outside of the fuchsia, or whatever colour your trim band is going to be. Turn 1, 2, 3. Lay the tag end over and continue turning. I'm just going to do some packing with my thumb now. Cut this. And then tie off. Put in the loop, several turns, thumb on to maintain tension, loosen off the thread, snips through. Smooth all the threads into place and do the support. And do the chuck. And there we have a 4-turn outer, a 1-turn inner and a 3-turn inner trim band.